In the quiet hum of the office, Sarah was just another face in the crowd. Known for her mild-mannered demeanor and a knack for organizing spreadsheets, no one gave her a second thought beyond her job title. She was reliable, quiet, and blended into the background perfectly. Her colleagues saw her as the person who always brought in homemade cookies for office birthdays, the one who would water the plants without being asked. Little did they know, beneath that gentle exterior was a will of steel, forged in one of the most demanding training environments in the world. Years before she ever typed a memo, Sarah had endured the grueling trials of Ranger School. The mud, the exhaustion, the constant pressure it had shaped her in ways her co-workers could never imagine. She had left that life behind, seeking a quiet existence, a deliberate departure from the high-stakes world she once knew. The skills she learned were locked away, a chapter of her life she rarely revisited. But some things, once learned, are never forgotten. They become a part of you, etched into your muscle memory, waiting for the moment they are needed again. For Sarah, that moment came on an otherwise ordinary Tuesday afternoon. The day started like any other. The clatter of keyboards, the aroma of stale coffee, the low murmur of office chatter. Sarah was just finalizing a report when the calm was shattered. The sharp, terrifying sound of breaking glass echoed from the lobby, followed by panicked screams. Chaos erupted. People dove under desks, their faces pale with fear. 3 masked figures stormed into the office, brandishing weapons and shouting demands. They were aggressive, disorganized, and clearly not expecting any resistance from a floor of office workers. Their leader, a large, imposing man, barked orders, his voice filled with a dangerous edge. Time seemed to slow down for Sarah. While others were paralyzed by fear, her training kicked in. The familiar surge of adrenaline wasn't a source of panic. It was a switch, flipping her from a quiet administrator to a calculated operator. Her mind instantly started assessing the situation. 3 assailants. One near the entrance, another covering the main floor, and the leader moving towards the CEO's office. She noted their positions, their weapons, and their lack of professional discipline. They were amateurs, but dangerous ones. Sarah stayed low, moving silently behind a row of cubicles. Her first target was the man nearest the fire escape. He was distracted, yelling at a frightened intern. With a swift, almost invisible movement, Sarah closed the distance. She used a heavy-duty hole punch from a nearby desk, striking a precise point at the base of his skull. He went down without a sound. 1 down. The second assailant heard the soft thud and turned, his eyes wide with confusion. Before he could raise his weapon, Sarah was on him. She used her momentum, a blur of motion that her colleagues would never have believed possible. A disarming maneuver she had practiced 1,000 times sent his weapon clattering to the floor. A quick series of strikes to his pressure points, and he crumpled beside his partner, to down. The office was now eerily silent, the remaining employees staring in disbelief. The leader, hearing the sudden quiet, emerged from the CEO's office, his face a mask of fury. He saw his two men on the floor and his eyes locked onto Sarah. He lunged at her, underestimating the woman in the simple business blouse. But Sarah wasn't just a woman in a blouse. She was a ranger. She sidestepped his clumsy attack, using his own forward momentum against him. In a fluid motion, she had him in a restraining hold. His arm twisted behind his back, the fight completely drained from him as he gasped in pain. The entire confrontation had lasted less than 2 minutes. When the police finally stormed the office, they found a scene they couldn't comprehend. 3 armed intruders, neutralized and subdued, and a calm woman quietly comforting her terrified colleagues. The legend of the quiet accountant who fought like a soldier spread like wildfire. They never looked at Sarah the same way again. They didn't know she had trained with rangers, but after that day, they knew she was a hero. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more incredible stories.